What if I told you that the white, blue, and red stripes of the Russian flag, a symbol seen worldwide, hold secrets that reveal centuries of empire, faith, revolution, and identity? From Tsar Peter the Great's bold naval ambitions through the sacred protection of the Virgin Mary to the blood and courage of a resilient people to the Soviet era's radical transformation and the hopeful rebirth of a new Russia, this flag's colors tell a story woven into the nation's soul, reflecting its struggles, faith, and aspirations. These colors are far more than just stripes on fabric. This flag has witnessed the rise and fall of dynasties, the upheaval of revolutions, and the rebirth of a nation. It embodies Russia's complex soul, a story of power, faith, and survival, hidden in plain sight. Today, we're exposing the hidden history and powerful symbolism behind Russia's most iconic emblem, a journey from 1693 to the present day. What if the white, blue, and red stripes of the Russian flag, a symbol recognized around the world, hold secrets that reveal centuries of empire, revolution, faith, and identity? Before we begin, be sure to like and subscribe to our channel to support our community. The story of the Russian flag begins in the late 17th century with one of Russia's most transformative rulers, Tsar Peter the Great. Determined to modernize Russia and assert it as a European power, Peter embarked on a journey that would forever change the nation's identity. In 1693, during Peter's efforts to build Russia's first navy, he introduced a new flag inspired by the Dutch tricolor, a horizontal tricolor of white, blue, and red stripes. This flag was first raised on the 12-gun yacht St. Peter during naval exercises in the White Sea. Peter's choice was deliberate. The Dutch Republic was a leading maritime power, and adopting a similar tricolor symbolized Russia's ambitions to join the ranks of European naval powers. The flag became the civil ensign for merchant ships and symbolized Russia's opening to the West. But the colors themselves carried deeper meanings. White symbolized nobility and purity. Blue represented faithfulness and the Virgin Mary, the protector of Russia. And red stood for courage and the strength of the Russian people. This tricolor was not initially the official state flag, but was widely used at sea and gradually became associated with Russian identity. Tsar Peter the Great, 1672 to 1725. Architect of Russia's westernization and naval power, credited with introducing the tricolor. Fedor Matveyevich Apraksin, 1661 to 1728. Naval commander who helped establish Russia's navy and popularize the flag at sea. Ivan Mazepa, 1639 to 1709. Ukrainian Cossack leader whose banners influenced early Russian heraldry and religious symbolism. The Russian flag's colors and symbolism are deeply intertwined with Russia's religious and imperial heritage. The nation saw itself as the Third Rome, the successor to the Byzantine Empire after the fall of Constantinople in 1453. The double-headed eagle adopted from Byzantine heraldry became the emblem of the Russian czars, symbolizing dominion over both East and West. This eagle, black with golden crowns and scepter, was often displayed on imperial standards and flags. The colors of the flag echo the heraldic palette of the empire and the Orthodox faith. The blue stripe, in particular, honors the Virgin Mary, reflecting the profound role of the Russian Orthodox Church in national identity. The Russian Orthodox Church influenced not only the colors, but also the use of religious banners in battle and ceremony, embedding spiritual meaning into the national symbols. Following Peter's proclamation of the Russian Empire in 1721, the white-blue-red tricolor continued as the civil ensign for merchant ships, while the Imperial Navy adopted the St. Andrew's Cross, a blue saltire on a white field, honoring Russia's patron saint. Throughout the 18th and early 19th centuries, the flag was used variably, with no single national flag formally established. However, it became a recognizable symbol of Russian merchants and seafarers. Empress Elizabeth and Catherine the Great expanded Russia's influence, but the flag remained primarily a maritime symbol rather than a national emblem. In 1858, Tsar Alexander II issued a decree establishing the black-yellow-white tricolor as the official national flag of the Russian Empire. These colors were drawn from the Romanov dynasty's coat of arms, black representing the eagle, yellow for the imperial gold, and white for the Russian people. This flag was intended to unify the empire under the Romanov banner, symbolizing autocracy and imperial authority. However, it never gained widespread popular support. The white-blue-red tricolor remained beloved among the people and continued as the civil ensign for merchant vessels. By the reign of Alexander III, the black-yellow-white flag was increasingly seen as a symbol of reactionary policies, and in 1896, Nicholas II restored the white-blue-red tricolor as the sole national flag. The restoration of the white-blue-red tricolor in 1896 marked its official recognition as the national flag of the Russian Empire. It flew over government buildings, military installations, and public events, symbolizing the unity of the empire's diverse peoples. The flag's colors now represented not only maritime ambition, but also the nation's identity, blending tradition, faith, and the people's spirit. Yet, beneath the surface, Russia was a nation on the brink of upheaval, with social unrest and calls for reform growing louder. The year 1917 changed everything. The February Revolution forced Nicholas II to abdicate, ending centuries of Romanov rule. The provisional government retained the white-blue-red tricolor as the national flag, symbolizing continuity and hope for democratic reform. But the October Revolution brought the Bolsheviks to power, who rejected all symbols of the old regime, including the tricolor. The Russian Civil War that followed saw the white-blue-red flag flown by the anti-Bolshevik White Army, symbolizing resistance to communist rule and loyalty to the old Russia. The Bolsheviks replaced the tricolor with the red banner, emblazoned with the hammer and sickle, and a gold-bordered red star, symbols of proletarian revolution and communist ideology. The Russian Soviet Federative Socialist Republic, RSFSR, initially used a plain red flag with the Cyrillic inscription RSFSR. In 1954, a blue vertical stripe was added to distinguish it from the all-red Soviet flag. During the Soviet era, the white-blue-red tricolor was banned within the USSR but survived among émigré communities and in the hearts of those longing for the pre-revolutionary Russia. In August 1991, during the failed coup against Mikhail Gorbachev, Boris Yeltsin famously climbed atop a tank in Moscow, rallying the people under the white-blue-red tricolor. The flag was officially readopted as the national flag of the Russian Federation on November 1, 1991, symbolizing a return to historical roots and a break from the Soviet past. President Yeltsin formalized the flag's design and proportions in 1993, cementing its place as a symbol of a new era of democracy and national identity. Today, the Russian flag is a potent symbol of national pride, unity, and sovereignty. It flies at government buildings, military parades, and cultural celebrations, evoking the country's rich heritage and resilience. The colors continue to carry layered meanings: white for nobility and peace, blue for faith and loyalty, and red for courage and the people's strength. The flag also reflects Russia's vast geography, from snowy plains to mighty rivers and fertile lands, and the enduring spirit of its people. Russia's history is complex, and so is its flag symbolism. Some groups favor the black-yellow-white imperial flag associated with monarchist and nationalist movements. Others embrace the Soviet red banner, reflecting nostalgia for the USSR's power and ideology. Despite these competing symbols, the white-blue-red tricolor remains the official and most widely recognized emblem of modern Russia. Beyond politics, the flag is woven into the fabric of Russian life, from school lessons to folk art, from religious ceremonies to international sports. It serves as a unifying emblem, reminding Russians of their shared history, culture, and aspirations for the future. While Peter the Great is the most famous architect of Russia's flag, lesser-known figures like Admiral Fyodor Apraksin helped establish Russia's naval traditions that popularized the tricolor at sea. Ivan Mazepa's use of religious and regional banners influenced the blending of faith and politics in Russian symbolism. The Russian Orthodox Church's role was pivotal. Its veneration of the Virgin Mary is reflected in the blue stripe, and religious banners inspired the use of sacred colors and emblems on flags throughout Russian history. Russia's transformation from a landlocked state to a maritime empire under Peter the Great drove the adoption of flags that signaled naval power and international presence. The white-blue-red tricolor was first a merchant ensign, symbolizing Russia's entry into global trade. The Navy's use of the St. Andrew's Cross flag emphasized religious and military identity, complementing the tricolor's civil use. Russia's turbulent political history directly shaped its flags. The 1917 revolutions abolished imperial symbols and replaced them with communist emblems. The White Army's use of the tricolor during the Civil War made the flag a symbol of anti-Bolshevik resistance. The Soviet era suppressed the tricolor, but it survived in exile and returned triumphantly after 1991, symbolizing Russia's rebirth. The story of the Russian flag is not just the tale of three colors on fabric. It is the story of a nation's soul, shaped by centuries of faith, ambition, revolution, and resilience. From the visionary reforms of Peter the Great, who dared to look west and build a navy worthy of a great power, to the sacred protection of the Virgin Mary woven into its blue stripe, to the blood and courage symbolized by its red, this flag has witnessed the rise and fall of empires, the clash of ideologies, and the rebirth of a people, and the hopeful rebirth of a new Russia. These stripes tell the story of a nation's enduring spirit. It is a living emblem of Russia's complex identity, a symbol that carries the weight of history, the spirit of its people, and the hopes for its future. But what secrets remain hidden beneath these stripes? What stories have yet to be told? The flag invites us to look deeper, to question, to remember. Now we turn to you. What surprised you most about the journey of Russia's flag? What questions linger in your mind? Share your thoughts and questions in the comments below. Your voice could spark the next great discovery, because every flag tells a story, and every story deserves to be heard. If this journey into Russia's hidden history moved you, please like, share, and subscribe. Join us as we continue to uncover the powerful symbols that shape our world. Thank you for watching, and remember, the colors you see are only the beginning of the story.